Good morning, Bob Hall here with Hallsome Farm. I've been asked by many of the viewers to do an update on how the wicking bed worm farm is doing. And so here it is, and it's well into its second year, and we have one that Frank did. It's about to go into its fourth year, and they're doing great. So I just want to update you some of the things we discovered. When I first started, one of the biggest problems I had was fire ants, and I was putting in, rotten bananas and watermelon rind and just the normal composting items, and I could not keep the fire ants at bay. It just seemed to attract them plus other insects. So since then, I've discovered, I made a video, I called it a worm smoothie. I'll put the link up here for that. I'll also put the link up for the original idea of the wicking bed worm farm up here. But what I discovered is if you get an old blender or buy yourself a nice juicing shake blender for yourself and convert your old one into a worm smoothie, so all the compostables that I would normally put in here, I blend up into a slurry. And by doing that, one, I noticed that the worms consume it a whole lot faster. It decays much quicker, but I don't seem to have the insect problems, especially the fire ant problems that I had in the beginning. And so since I've been doing this, I haven't had any ant problems, which is really, really nice. So there's some other things in here. So I keep it, I've got this old political sign because it's summertime. And the other problem I had, even though I paint this white, is the heat in the summertime. This would get full sun for about 4 hours a day, and it was just really hard on the worms. So now I put this over and shade it, and we've been having 106, 105 degree days, and the worms have been doing fine. Also, I keep them covered in cardboard, the tops, just as a protection, because they like, oh, I don't know if you can see, look at all the worms and on the paper and all the worms here. This is where I put the food the last time, and I'm going to bring the camera closer so you can see. You see the worms as I lift it up. There's plenty of worms in there, and look over here. You see those are soldier flies, and if you've got those in your worm bed or even in your compost, that's an excellent sign that things are breaking down and doing what they're supposed to be doing. So that's not a bad thing to have those. It's actually a very good thing. And here's some of the worms on here. So the other thing, because I have this covered in the summertime, and truthfully we don't get a whole lot of rain, the worms don't get a chance to have their environment cleaned out. So even though this is a wicking bed and I can put water in here in the wintertime or let it rain in here and it'll go through, what I like to do is add water in the summertime. Even though this is still nice and moist, this will help drain any, because they're not getting rain right now. So this helps drain any of the pollutants that might be building up in their bed. And this will drain out the spigot at the bottom. So every once in a while it's good to help clean them out. And add some of that. Now, it's not going to be a problem for them. It's just like a rain, but this will drain real quickly and it won't be an issue for them at all. And that'll help keep their bed uncontaminated. So let's put these guys back where they're comfortable. And you can see the cardboard breaks down, and I've got some older cardboard here that is already broken down almost to nothing. The worms will eat that too. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to pour it in here. And I noticed, hopefully you can see this on camera, just make a flat area. And there it is. There's your worm food. And believe it or not, in 2 days that'll be gone. They'll come up here and they'll eat all that. So that's the other thing I discovered by making a worm smoothie. What I call a worm smoothie is they consume it much quicker. And so all we have to do is cover this up and come back in a few days or in a couple days with another batch, and they're good to go. So doing this in the morning, so it's going to get afternoon sun. So I'm going to put this sign back over here. You can use about anything, but they do need shade in the hot summer. There you go. Now they're good for, I won't have to water for about another week or so, but I'll come out and feed 1 or 2 times more in that period of time. But anyway, that's the update. I hope you found that useful, and watch the other videos if you're not sure what we're talking about here, and you'll discover how a wicking bed worm compost works. Thank you for watching.